Welcome to Robertson Stadium here on the campus of the University of Houston. The final year the Dynamo will play here before moving into a brand new soccer-specific stadium in downtown Houston.
It is Houston taking on Seattle, and folks, there's a lot of bad blood here. Let's remember Houston eliminated Seattle in the 2009 playoffs. Every time they play, it's chippy. But here's one thing, the Dynamo have to control their enthusiasm. They've had 5 red cards all season, 3 in the last 2 games. I also spoke with Jeff Cameron. He says this is a must-win. They need 3 points.
2 key changes at the back, Boswell and Freeman in for Taylor and Sarkody. Seattle Sounders FC under Ziggy Schmidt. They are unbeaten in 9. Seattle's last game beat Colorado 4-3. Critical game for Houston, though, that at this point is looking to grab some momentum. Bruin Cameron gets it over. Ching's in the box. Chance to make it 1. Keller got a hand on it. It's driven in by Colin Clark. And Houston, in the 7th minute, have stunned Seattle Sounders FC and have taken the lead. Cameron gets it switched. Good ball to Davis. He's isolated here against Riley. Davis backing Riley in. Take over with Cameron. Cameron swings it into the box. Ching is there! What a goal from Houston! Out of the theater of the imagination. Jeff Cameron with the delivery. Brian Ching with the finish. Crossing and finishing at its best. Clark backing in Tyson Wall, wants to get it on his left. Ching, top of the box, can he get turned? Trying to fight his way through. Ching, save Keller. Oh, he drove his right foot through it. Keller was equal. Another good hit, and held by Casey Keller. Moffitt from long range here. 33 minutes in. Alonso has stepped up. Osvaldo Alonso looking for support. Curls a wonderful ball back to Levesque. Montero goes down to the penalty spot we go. Seattle with a huge chance to get back into this game. Osvaldo Alonso has been silent tonight. He gets into the box, delivers the ball back. We talked about the next goal in this game, and Seattle will go to the penalty spot. Fernandez to make it 2-1. Against Tally Hall, he scores. It's 2-1. It's game on here at Robertson. And Seattle has pulled a goal back and maybe a little bit more confidence. Andre Haino feathers the ball out wide here to Davis. And that'll do it. First half comes to an end.
Ching, you're involved in both goals. Talk about your beauty earlier.
Well, we're trying to get the win. We need wins. And, I thought we came out of warm-ups and played extremely well. And, we carried that over to the game. We can't let up. They're a good team. They're going to create opportunities. But, if we get more opportunities, we've got to put this game away.
It's typical, pretty chippy between you two.
Yeah, it's all games.
Here at Robertson Stadium, Houston Dynamo have a 2-1 lead over Seattle here at halftime. Second half off and running here at Robertson Stadium. Seattle in the dark green, Houston in the orange have certainly brought some urgency and effort to this one tonight. Next goal is going to be huge in this one. And maybe it's coming here. Brian Ching into the box. Still has it. Shot from Weaver is blocked. Moffitt is going to try it. Hit and blocked by Alonso. Oh, he tagged that. Osvaldo Alonso got in front of it. Clark to the end line. Fans rise, cuts it back. Goal number 3. Brian Ching may have just put the final dagger in Seattle here tonight. And now he has. It's over. Houston with a 3-1 win tonight. And it is a big one. This is a fan base that has been starving for something positive to wrap their arms around tonight. And the Dynamo have given them a performance to do exactly that. Dynamo go to 6-7-9. Once again, the final score, Houston 3, Seattle 1. Again, I'm Glenn Davis. Good night from a happy Robertson Stadium. Dynamo and Real Salt Lake are competing for huge points in their playoff futures here in the 2011 Major League Soccer season. The 2011 playoff picture, and you'll see If it ended today, Houston and Real Salt Lake would actually be playing each other.
Arturo Alvarez gets the start tonight on the left-hand side, and Luis Gil, he'll be the playmaker right underneath Fabian Espindola and Alvaro Sabarino.
Brought to you by Zango. Houston, sponsored by Lansdowne Mooney in the 4-4-2.
Yeah, a couple of concerns about Colin Clark. He gets the start. That means Corey Ash comes in at left back. Hunter Freeman on the right-hand side. Jeff Cameron, Javon Watson pairing up centrally.
Houston in orange, Real Salt Lake in claret. And we welcome in fans from both of the teams, and we are off and running here in Houston, Texas on a very hot and steamy night. Ash now. Salt Lake reeling into the box, closely. And the offside flag is up, it won't count. Carlo Costley will gently remind you, though, he is a danger in the air.
Houston Dynamo is too quick. They will punish you. Between Costley and Brian Ching, two big boys in the box.
Espindola now is in. Espindola makes it one. The man scores goals at opportune times. He punishes a huge mistake at the back from Houston right after they had a goal called back. Huge change in momentum into the belly of the beast. In the climate here in Houston comes RSL, and they've got a 1-0 lead. Beckerman now standing over the free kick. He's going to try it. Kyle Beckerman, save Hall. What a tester from Kyle Beckerman, who continues to expand his game in a variety of ways. Clark trying to break in. Espindola in a tight area, and that'll do it. First half comes to an end. Real Salt Lake has positioned themselves nicely for the second 45 minutes because of a goal from that man, Fabian Espindola, in the 29th minute.
And the game changing completely. Just when you thought Carlo Costley had scored a goal, he was offside. Breakout on the other side. Fabian Espindola getting his 7th goal in the 28th minute.
This is a big 45 minutes for both of these teams. Real Salt Lake has the 1-0 lead. And there's a nice moment there, shaking the hand of Carlo Costley, because those two have so many times competed in CONCACAF games between Honduras and Jamaica. Espindola picking up where he left off in the first half.
Yeah, a lot of hopes for Camargo, signing him back on August 6th, waiting for his ITC clearance. They get that, then it's just a visa.
Costley, Davis, top of the box. Davis powering into the box. Chance for Chin, they tie it up. Timely goal. Houston is struck early. And this is a monster goal from the timing of it here at the start of the second half.
Look at this individual skill. Costley holds it up, slaloms through 3 players. Schuler tries to take away the left foot, does everything right, and it's just a simple tap-in. When you leave a guy like Brian Ching completely alone in the box, 9 times out of 10, he's not going to miss it. 5th goal on the season, and what a huge letdown for Real Salt Lake. First 45 minutes, almost flawless.
Colin Clark is onside. He's getting support from Jeff Cameron. Davis is going to try and put him ahead. Save Ramondo. Nick Ramondo stood up to Brad Davis. Boy, the chances are coming here in waves here for the Houston Dynamo as they've come out of the locker room with a vengeance. Boswell, Ash, and Watson now all carrying yellows. Here's Espindola now. Hino's come out of the middle. Espindola, the header, what a goal! Luis Gil, the 17-year-old, has put Real Salt Lake up. Espindola again becomes a big piece of an RSL goal. So now Houston has it cut out for him again. They came storming out of the locker room, tied it up, had RSL on their heels. Boswell now coming forward. He's cut down with a huge tackle there from Chris Schuler. But the Dynamo are going to earn a free kick here. Cameron now. They try it towards the back post. The header off the side netting from Costley. The big man rose at the back post. It was a wonderfully clipped in ball by Cameron. Near post, what a goal from Boswell. Hit the near post, flicked it into the far side netting. The pace and the delivery, and we are tied at 2. What a game here at Robertson. 4th goal of the year for Bobby Boswell, who's now scored in consecutive games.
So these home games, they become so valuable from a three-point perspective.
Tremendous long ball. What a piece of control from Brad Davis. Clips it to the far post. Ching can't get there.
Now, Nick Raimondo, as he came down, his left hand unintentionally struck the head of Brian Ching. And how many years have we seen this? Brad Davis to Brian Ching on the far post.
Colin Clark will come out. And now the pace of Alex Dixon will come on for Houston. So he's a young man that's lightning quick coming into a game against fatiguing defenders. So let's see what sort of impression Alex Dixon can make for Houston. There's Dixon, and Dixon is off and running on the right side. So his pace is causing a problem here. Stirring it up, Ching. Big tackle from Borchers, still Ching. Ching goes down. No call from Okalaja. Fans were begging for it. Long range hit over the top from Jeff Cameron. So Houston knocking on the door.
Well, what an incredible turn by Brian Ching. Multiple players around him in the box. He wants the call for the pull down.
Javon Watson, Cameron. Quickly behind the ball is Real Salt Lake. Davis launches it in. Ching's header. What a save for Mondo.
Are you kidding
Brian
me?
Ching looked as though that was ticketed for the lower corner, and Nick Raimondo came up with a spectacular save. Weaver, Cameron running off of him, tries to get it into the channel to him. Cameron helps it on to Davis. Shot just pulled it wide. Going for goal number 3 and going for glory was Brad Davis. An amazing performance here in the second half. And he just pulled it wide of Nick Raimondo. Houston need to get it to the other end of the field here. Hall will drive it long. Galen Carr kept it alive, and a big play from Alexander, but Carr has got it back. Davis now, and this is the last guy RSL wants on the ball. Davis into the box, headed out by Schuler. Dixon now. Beats one. Left-footed shot from Dixon. What a goal from Alex Dixon. His first in his MLS career. And it has just rescued a full 3 points for the Houston Dynamo. Incredible drama here at Robertson Stadium.
Dying moments of the match, and it's the young player Alex Dixon. When you come in as a substitute, you want to make a difference, and Alex Dixon did just that. The amount of pace this young player has is incredible. Isolated as Real Salt Lake give up a goal in the dying moment of the match. Houston Dynamo get the full 3 points at home.
It's over. Alex Dixon, on the final kick of the game, has taken an incredibly valuable 3 points for the Houston Dynamo, scoring his first ever Major League Soccer goal. Kid out of Humble, Texas, right outside of downtown Houston.
Yeah, for anybody out there that doesn't think we have fight in us, and we're done this year, watch out. That's all I have to say. I couldn't be happier, more proud of the boys than this 3-game stretch right here. We fought with everythof we had, and I couldn't be happier for Alex. He's worked his tail off, gets a goal in the 90th minute for us. We kept pushing. I should have had a couple myself, but we got out of here with 3 points and couldn't be happier.
Props for you. You get your 13th assist of the year. That's a career high. Plus, you become the franchise leader in starts for the Dynamo.
Yeah, pretty proud of that. You know, it's a great franchise. It's been very good to me and my family. Won a few championships. You know, like I said, couldn't be happier with this team right now, so I'm excited to keep going.
Thank you, Brad. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Glenn?
Thank you, David. Spectacular finish here, and Houston now put a circle around this game because this could mean that they truly are now a team that could platform a little farther in this playoff picture. For those of you watching on KHOU 11.2, we say goodnight from Robertson Stadium. Final score, dramatic. Houston 3-2 over Real Salt Lake.
Por última vez estamos llegando al 3874 Holman Street en Houston, Texas. Hoy lleno se espera en la tribuna del Robertson Stadium. ya que es el último partido para el Houston Dynamo en este escenario. Se espera que para el próximo, el 2012, ya esté el nuevo Estadio Naranja.
Estos son los 11 del Houston Dynamo, cortesía de Volkswagen. En el arco aparece Tally Hall. La defensa por derecha con Aino, Boswell, Cameron y Corey Ash. En la mitad de la cancha lo tenemos a Danny Cruz, Moffat el escocés, el brasileño Camargo y Brad Davis, que ha tenido un año 2011 fantástico. En la zona de ataque el capitán Brian Ching junto con Colin Carr.
Cambia la página y también por cortesía de Volkswagen. Aquí están los 11 que arrancan por parte de Bruce Arena.
El jamaquino Donovan Ricketts en el arco, Haydock, Robinson, Bellholter, el capitán, y De la Garza. En la mitad de la cancha Jiménez, Birchall, Kidd y Stevens. Zona de ataque con Jovan Kiroski y McBean.
Este equipo quiere lograr su tercer título como campeón de nuestro fútbol. Ha pitado Jorge González, indicando que este es tiempo de nuestro fútbol. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 houstonianos buscando la posibilidad de remate afuera del área. Cruz, el cabezazo cuando ingresaba solo con toda la ventaja. Por un lado el capitán Vika, Juna Brian Ching, y también cerca estaba Kellen Carr.
Gran ventaja, lo decía muy bien.
Mo Davis buscando dar la vuelta, dio dos, pero nunca compró y nunca comió. Héctor Jiménez, viene el disparo. ¡Mamita querida, qué golazo!
Me parece en el camino, en la espalda de Danny Cruz, pero impresionante lo de Moffat. Nos tiene acostumbrados Moffat. ¿Se acuerdan de aquel gol impresionante que marcó en una de nuestras transmisiones? Fíjense a dónde ingresa la pelota. Más justa, imposible. No sé hasta cuánto afecta el roce con Cruz. Me parece muy poco en ese remate, en ese obús que tiene o que parece tener Adam Moffat, que se guarda sus mejores goles, los mejores goles seguramente de su carrera, para cuando está en nuestra pantalla, para que los grite el señor Jorge Pérez Navarro. Lo va a tener en el DVD personal seguramente de Moffat, a los relatos de Jorge. Golazo del Houston Dynamo, que ya comienza a hacer la tarea, gana, y con este resultado está evitando el repechaje.
Allá va Brian Ching, la va a abrir, encuentra a Brad Davis, se le acaba el terreno, levanta el servicio, la busca Kaylin, y la pelota la puso por arriba.
Allí está, segundo cabezazo de Colin Carr, otra vez ganando en el juego aéreo. Muchos problemas en la marca para Frankie Haydock.
Quédese usted con ella, con o sin asterisco. Pelota dentro del área, Bobby Boswell. ¡Gol del Dynamo! ¡Gol del Lightning!
Definió con una tranquilidad pasmosa, casi de delantero. Asegura la pelota, la controla y saca enseguidita el remate derecha para evitar cualquier tipo de bloqueo de la defensa, que no tiene tiempo a reaccionar. Ofensivamente, para un marcador central, esta temporada 2011 de Bobby Boswell ha sido la más productiva. En casi ya 200 partidos como futbolista en la MLS, este es su 11º gol.
Ahora Lightning, Bobby Boswell. Viene la pifia, ya viene Kellen Carr. Cruza de San Robinson, atajadón de Ricketts. Cuando parecía que caía el tercero.
Va a quedar ahora que se va Ching. Ahí está, Brad Davis. camiseta número 29 para el catracho Carlo Costli.
Y la gran ovación para el que ha sido referente de esta organización desde su llegada a Bayou City. Allá va Kalen Carr. Al frente está abriendo para el ingreso de Luis Enrique Camargo. Por el centro esperaba el cocherito. Ya se sumó Kalen Carr. Pero el brasileño terminó ahogado en la acción. Sin embargo, reaparece Brad Davis. Se lleva la pelota al frente. El cabezazo. ¡Por fin! ¡Por fin cayó el gol! ¡Gol! ¡Del Dynamo! Lo esperó. Confió en sí. Nadie le dio la espalda. Y aquí está su premio. ¡Gol!
Y anótele también asistencia número 16 en la temporada para dominar en este aspecto el año futbolístico para Brad Davis, arriba de David Beckham. El cocherito ingresó por detrás de todo mundo, se encontró con ese pase asistencia de Davis, le puso la cabeza y selló la victoria del Houston Dynamo. Tuvo que esperar 10 partidos, este es un 10º, pero llegó el primer gol de Carlo Costli en la MLS. El otro partido de la temporada regular entre estos dos equipos, Houston Dynamo y Philadelphia Union, se jugó en Filadelfia el 6 de agosto.
Allá viene Barrett, sale Talley, queda la pelota allí, puede ser el gol.
De la liga va a tener que seguramente verse las caras con el Galaxy.
Ahí está el pitazo de Jorge González, indicando que esto se acabó. Con un golazo de Adam John William Moffat, con otro gran gol de Robert Allen Boswell y el tercero de la cuenta de Carlos Jair Costli Molina. Houston Dynamo venció 3-1 a Los Ángeles Galaxy, equipo por el que descontó el jovencito de 16 años, John Lucas McBean.
Game 1 was a non-stop end-to-end thrill ride. Houston prevailed, but not by much.
2-1, Houston!
A season will end tonight, but whose? Game 2, Philly at Houston.
Yes, welcome to the 2011 MLS Cup playoffs presented by Adidas. And welcome back to Robertson Stadium after the long slog of the regular season. It all comes down to the next 90 minutes for the Dynamo and the Union. Only one of them can move on to the Eastern Conference Final, where Sporting Kansas City awaits. You have to say it's the Dynamo who are in the driver's seat after that excellent win in Philadelphia over the weekend. 2-1 is the lead they enjoy, but can they build on it, or can the Union chip away? It's the team with the playoff pedigree in the Dynamo against the young upstarts, the Union, their first journey into the MLS postseason, and they want it to continue. Underway at Robertson Stadium with the Dynamo in orange, the Union in their traditional dark blue. And the visitors will be going from left to right. But Houston go again, and that's a well-timed run indeed. Opportunity here. Oh, it's squared across the face of goal. Nobody could get a touch. Really dangerous there. Kalen Carr managing to make the incision.
And any good forward's going to say he was always onside.
Now the card, I think, is going to come out here. It does. Valdez cautioned. Finally, Ricardo Salazar's patience is snapped.
Two's got to watch that near post space.
And it comes to the near post. Well, Hainault is flinging himself at the ball. He's got a taste for goal scoring now, hasn't he?
He does.
Sebastian Letou, as is customary for him, will come across and take it. The only outfield player who played every minute of the regular season in MLS. Swept it in deep. He was targeting Valdez. It's found its way to Carroll. Returns it with interest, but Tally Hall is there.
But that right there is what Tally Hall has improved on tremendously from early on in this MLS season. He's very confident coming off this line.
Davis. He's managed to bundle his way around Williams. Brad Davis! Well, it's as close as we've come to a goal. It looked as though Williams had stopped him in his tracks, but he just plowed right through.
He did, and I think their feet got caught because Shannon Williams does a good job. Listen, it's no mistake. Brad Davis is left-footed. Shannon Williams shows the right foot. Feet get caught up. Brad Davis surprisingly with the right foot that hits it just over the bar. But again, Paunovic's got to be closer. You see your teammate Shannon Williams go down, react a little bit quicker. You got to wonder if that hamstring and fatigue is setting in.
Well, Ricardo Salazar isn't happy that...
Well, with the football lines, you can see that's not 10 yards. Jeff Cameron's making a late run into the box, and he's free. No one's marking him.
Davis trying to connect with him, and does! Oh! It's a beauty for the Dynamo! It was Brian Ching who peeled away, and with a deft header, it's a priceless goal for Houston, who take a massive step towards the conference final. You warned him, Taylor. You warned him.
You just cannot give Brad Davis and the Houston Dynamo these. I mean, look at this. What a ball. That's an absolute ridiculous ball because it's hit with the right pace and it dips down. Mondragon's thinking I can come out. Carlos Valdez, no man's land, and Brian Ching does what he does. And that is just get a touch on it because Brad Davis gives you an opportunity to get enough pace back of the net. That is a backbreaker for the Philadelphia Union.
The man who bleeds orange, Brian Ching, coming up with a massive postseason goal again for the Dynamo. The 8th time he scored in the MLS playoffs. Mondragon could do nothing about it. And just when the Union thought they were going to get in at halftime, 0-0 and reset, now it's a completely different dynamic. There can be no half measures for Peter Novak in this second 45 minutes. So close to getting in with first mission accomplished. This is Jeff Cameron just going off on a storming run for the Dynamo. Now Cruz. Deflection on the shot. Ching battling. And Mondragon going down, trying to bowl the ball out quickly. But Cameron was the catalyst there.
Yeah, Paunovic, Gabriel Farfan got to get forward down that left-hand side.
Now Mwanga picking the pocket there of Corey Ash. Ash has recovered though, as he so often does, but Mwanga, good move. Spins up into the air. Tally Hall, as always, a safe pair of hands. Sits up for the shot and it's angled in, and Tally Hall making a very, very smart save. No rebound offered up, because there were 2 Union players lurking if there had been.
And Adrian, you said it best. That's a great strike from Paunovic, but if there's any rebound, that's a goal.
Carlo Costley is going to come on for Brian Ching. And Ching departs Robertson Stadium for the final time. We suspect, Taylor, that he will be back in some shape or form next year.
Yeah, but how sound. I mean, who would have thought in back-to-back games you'd get 70-plus minutes from Brian Ching. Little things. Great goal tonight. Solid performance.
Dynamo fans here looking to go out in style for Robertson Stadium. They'll be on their way, some of them I'm sure, to Kansas City for a big conference final on Sunday. And just one game away from MLS Cup final, November the 20th. That'll be some tussle. By the way, Houston's last loss of any sort was against Kansas City back on September the 10th when they lost 3-0 at Livestrong Sporting Park. 7 games and now 8 games, about to be unbeaten since then. So they are on a roll, this Dynamo side. The Dynamo, Taylor, have been there before, they've done it before, and they are going back to another conference final. Their 4th in 6 years. A remarkable achievement for this Dominic Kinnear-led team. He's basically had to rebuild over the last 2 years, but they will be at Livestrong Sporting Park to take on Sporting KC.
And in both games in this series, it was the experience. You saw the likes of Jeff Cameron, Bobby Boswell on the back, Brad Davis, set pieces being dangerous. It may not have been the prettiest, but it's effective, and that's all that matters at this stage of the season. Get results, shutout at home. Houston's dangerous, but they got their hands full going to Kansas City.